That sounds so fun. Oh man, that sounds fun. Yeah. Oh my god, we're gonna have a good time.
I came into contact with somebody from one of the big four. Ended up becoming kind of a mentor to me. He's now a member of our club.
Man, when I first saw my first Hell's Angel standing there, I was like, that's what I want to be, man.
If you're running a three-piece, just like it is truly an outlaw standard. Doesn't make you a one percenter, but it makes you an outlaw.
This is what I believe in, and it was awesome to see that my brothers believed in me.
It's the wolf leading the sheep, man. The sheep need to open their eyes because they about to walk off the cliff where the whole other pack of wolves are at the bottom.
If you were getting your lunch money taken before you put them rags on, if they catch you by yourself, they're going to take your lunch money again.
I try to be around the guys and hang out with them as much as possible and get to know them, because that's really what it's about.
The Hells Angels are being arraigned.
One man was stabbed in the chest, another was knocked out, who faced criminal charges, including charges of hate crimes as well as gang allegations. One defendant faces an attempted murder charge. So this certainly appears to be a widespread investigation.
Welcome to this episode of Chattin with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today we're going to talk about this video of the Hells Angels back in the 90s. There's a lot of people that have a lot of different feelings about it, so we're just going to go over it, and I want to know what you guys think of this video. And I got a bunch of other videos from the 90s. Shout out to Mob Facts. And I got a ton of things we're going to talk about. So before we get started, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chattin with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. Let me give some shout outs. Jaman, what's going on? Let's go. Lindsay, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everything you do for this channel. Path Killer, what's good? Mike, what's going on? Mike Ball's in the house. Shout out to Mike Ball. Go check out Mike Ball's channel. The Bronx, what's going on? Mountain Woman, thank you for joining me. I was on Carney's Ride channel. Real fine folks on that channel. Good morning, Staxx. Shout out to Carney's Ride. He's been supporting me for a while. I really appreciate it. Everyone that takes the time to watch this show, I really appreciate it. So there's a lot going on out there. We're going to talk about a bunch of different things. Where to begin? There's so much. Eddie, what's going on? Tommy, what's good? So the Mexican Mafia was busted. There was a huge bust involving the Mexican Mafia. Shit. Just the wrong button. If I could find it. Oh, let's talk about this first. This is a crazy situation. UFC fighter was killed in a drive-by shooting. This is new information. This is a sad situation. Let me see if I can get a picture for you guys. I got one. So, ex-UFC fighter who survived event-canceling assassination attempt was gunned down in a fatal drive-by shooting. Former Ultimate Fighting Championship featherweight Suman Makatorian, who also was a contestant on the seasons 27 of The Ultimate Fighter, was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting on Wednesday in Riverstone, a suburb of Sydney, in New South Wales, Australia. He was just 33 years old. There was first an assassination attempt on his life outside of the Australian top team gym in early 2024. But he survived the ordeal, then found himself in the crosshairs of a second attempt last April, prompted the authorities to intervene and shut down a local mixed martial arts event. They're describing it as a gangland hit. We believe that he may have been out for a walk, but we're yet to confirm that, Riverstone Police Commander Jason Joyce told reporters during a press conference. You'd want to think that in a residential area like that, people would be safe in the streets at the time of the night, but we do believe it was a targeted attack. It would have been a horrific thing to witness, and it's certainly not something that we tolerate in this community. Mokhtarian, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Probably not. His record was 8-2. He was defeated by Ricky Steele in the TUF 27 qualifier finals, but managed to score a spot on the UFC roster anyway. Unfortunately, the Aussie was unsuccessful in 2 trips to the octagon. So that's pretty sad situation. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not really sure. I don't want to misspeak, but I believe there was a situation where let me check if it was him, because there was a UFC fighter that was cornered by a bunch of bikers at a hotel. His brother was chased by a bunch of bikers, and I don't know if it was this guy. Brothers fight in the UFC. Damn, they tried to take his life before. That's pretty crazy. So here's the other situation that he was involved in. Wentworthville shooting. Fake delivery driver is charged over bungled shooting of ex-UFC fighter Sumin. A man has been charged with the attempted shooting of ex-UFC fighter, with police alleging that he posed as a food delivery driver to get close enough to fire shots. Noah Tumora, 20 years old, was arrested at 4 a.m. on Wednesday and slapped with 10 charges, including shoot at with the intent to murder. I guess that's the charge they have in Australia. He was refused bail and was set to appear in a Blackstone town court on Thursday. They better look into this guy. I mean, if he was released, who the hell knows, right? Bullets missed Mokhtarian, and the other 30 gym goers were uninjured. CCTV of the man was released in February by police as they probed the incident at the Top Team Gym in Wentworthville Avenue in Wentworthville, Western Sydney. Officers were called to the premises on February 20th after gunshots were reported. Shortly after, a burning scooter was found on Fulton Avenue near Westmead Hospital, located 5 minutes from the site of the shooting. The blaze was extinguished and the bike was taken into evidence. No one was reported injured in either event. Both crime scenes were examined by police. 19-year-old was originally charged in relation with the alleged shooting and remains before the court. So that's pretty crazy. The 20-year-old man faced charges of shooting at with intent to murder charge, discharging a firearm, causing grievous bodily harm with the intent to cause grievous bodily harm. More offenses including fire, firearms in or near public places, possession of ammunition without holding a license, permit, or authority to possess a pistol. Other charges: face blackened or disguised with the intent to commit an offense. Damn, they got some wild charges out there. Drive conveyance taken without consent of owner, unlawful possession resembling a number plate, and 2 counts of driving motor vehicle during the disqualification period. That must be driving without a license. But damn, they tried to kill him before, and now they succeeded. He was murdered when he was out for a walk. That's pretty wild. I mean, you never know, right? People are wild nowadays. Will, what's going on? Good afternoon. Thanks for joining me today. Yeah, the bikies are crazy. I've interviewed a few of them, and I'm going to be interviewing a couple more coming up soon. So, this story I'm going to tell you next is connected to the outlaw biker world in some way, but the police are not releasing a lot of information. They don't know exactly how it's connected, but they swear it's connected to organized crime. So 2 felons allegedly conspired in a slaying of 27-year-old Riverside man are due back in court Friday. Kenny Johnson, 40, of Riverside, and Alonzo Monk Jr., 43, of Colton, are accused of a deadly shooting of Horacco Jr. last month. Both defendants are charged with first-degree murder in special circumstances, alleging of lying in wait and murder for financial gain. Monk additionally was charged with sentence-enhancing gun and great bodily injury allegations. The men pleaded not guilty during a joint arraignment Monday before Riverside County Superior Court. The judge, who scheduled a felony settlement conference for the pair on Friday at the Riverside Hall of Justice, each man is being held without bail. Johnson at the Smith Correctional Facility and Monk at the Bennett Correctional Center. According to the Riverside Police Department, Johnson allegedly contracted with Monk to carry out the shooting September 29th. The motive behind why Johnson wanted to harm the man remains under investigation, an officer said. He said that the man was sleeping inside a single-wide trailer adjacent to an auto shop in the 2900 block of Orange Street between 1st and Popular Street, downtown, when he was shot multiple times. The witnesses heard gunfire, called 911. Patrol officers and paramedics reached the location within minutes. They said the victim was taken to Riverside Community Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. The ensuing investigation pointed to Johnson and Monk as alleged conspirators in the fatal attack, though the officer did not disclose what led robbery homicide unit detectives to the men. Johnson was taken into custody without incident hours after the shooting, as he was driving on Canyon Springs Parkway. Monk was arrested uneventful on Thursday afternoon at his residence in Colton. Court records indicate both men have a lengthy rap sheet going back to when they were juveniles. Johnson has priors for robbery and attempted robbery, while Monk has priors for manslaughter and burglary. Each defendant has served time in prison, according to court documents. But they say it is related to organized crime in some way, somehow. In other news, the boss for the Hells Angels, you guys know who this guy is, right? This guy's a pretty well-known figure. They call him the Godfather of Cologne. Nakati Arabaki. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce this name. I'll put it in the ticker, and you guys can pronounce it yourself, because I'm probably butchering it. So this is his name. The Godfather of Cologne was detained. He was detained in the past, but he was always let go. And when he's let go, there's like associates all waiting outside, like, yeah, because he's a well-known figure. He's driving Maseratis and Rolls Royces. He's always wearing designer clothes. He's like a high fashion type of person. And a lot of people follow this guy, and he's a high-ranking member of the Hells Angels over there in that part of the country. So he was detained in Turkey, in Izmir. The ringleader of organized crime group, the Hells Angels, was detained in Turkey, Izmir, according to media reports on Tuesday. He was arrested in Slovakia on September 9th, 2025, and later released on conditions that he would leave the country. He was taken into custody at the Menderes airport upon arrival in Serbia on October 5th. That's when he was released and everybody was cheering. They all went there to see him. It was only a one-day detention extension. One-day detention extension has been granted for the suspect who was detained at the airport on October 5th on charges of establishing an organization to commit crimes and aggravated extortion. So they are not playing with this dude. He is a well-known figure out there. He was apprehended by organized crime units of the police department, and his interrogation is ongoing. And you know, the interrogation tactics over there are a lot different than over here. He is expected to be referred to court after the completion of the police's procedures. He has a long criminal history. He was born in Cologne, Germany in 1972 to a family of Turkish origin. He first came under German authority scrutiny in the 90s. He rose to prominence in Cologne. He red light district through alleged connections with security guards affiliated with the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club. During that period, he reportedly amassed a significant wealth through brothels, including Babylon, near Cologne, and Wigo, as well as establishments in Malakoria. German media reported that he owned several brothels throughout the front companies, expanding his influence into Frankfurt and other regions. In 2002, he was arrested, and in 2004, he was sentenced to 9 years in prison for leading a criminal organization, human trafficking, and forced prostitution, and robbery. While imprisoned, he was suspected of plotting to assassinate prosecutors for handling his case, but the alleged allegations were not pursued back due to lack of evidence. After serving 1/3 of his sentence, he was deported to Turkey in 2007. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Turkey spelled a weird way, but it looks like it's Turkey. But I think it's Germany. On the conditions that he's not returned to Germany. No, it is Turkey. So basically, he got banned from the country. They deported him. Expanding his operations into Europe following his deportation, the open entertainment venues in tourist destinations in 3 different cities. His name was later linked to multiple crimes in Frankfurt and Cologne. He was detained in 2020 in connection with a murder case in Bodrum. but was released after serving time. Despite his deportation, his influence in Germany continued. By 2010, he had become the president of the Hells Angels Nomad in Turkey, reportedly expanding his network across Europe through brothels and alleged drug trafficking. Security forces suspect him of accumulating vast wealth through the heroin smuggling from South America. The Hells Angels Motorcycle Club was founded in 1948 and operates in 32 countries, has long been associated with organized crime, and was banned in the Netherlands. Matter of fact, I'm going to be trying to get a couple people that are in them types of countries where it's a crime to even be associated with motorcycle clubs. I'm in the works right now of brokering a deal for an interview with some of them. It'll be pretty wild to talk to them, people that are it's illegal to even be associated with them. So here's a little video of this guy. He's always in high-end cars and dude looks like fucking Rambo. But he became the president. He is considered among the top figures of the Hells Angels network in Europe. In 2005, the AU-wide arrest warrant was issued for him, and he was detained in Turkey in 2018, but later released due to insufficient evidence. In 2023, he attended a consummation ceremony of his son of a crime boss, Ahan Kaplan, who was sentenced to 68 years in prison for leading an armed criminal organization and other offenses. He was reportedly seen gifting gold chains adorned with multiple gold pieces to the mob boss's son. The most recent arrest in Slovakia followed a notice issued by German authorities through the information system in August. After providing a statement, he was released on conditions that he would leave Slovakia in 30 days. So it seems like wherever he goes, they just want him gone. They're like, no, you got to leave here. It's pretty crazy. Hey, Miklo 1%, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this show. Hey, Tommy, thank you so much for the donation. I really appreciate it. You guys have no idea. He looks scary. He does. He looks crazy, right? I really appreciate the donation. It means a lot. Remember, if you want to donate, you can donate through Cash App at Chattin with Staxx. You can donate through Venmo, PayPal, Super Sticker, Super Chat, Zelle, all that good stuff. I appreciate every single dollar. It means a lot. It goes right back into the content. I got some major things in the works. I need some funding for it. I'm going to make it work. Either way, we're going to make it work. I don't care if we got to do it on a shoestring budget. We're going to do it. Either way, things are getting done. Mick, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. So, we got a bunch of other things to go over. Let's see here. So, a 31-year-old Hartford police officer was arrested after New Britain police find him asleep at the wheel. This is crazy. All right, I got a video for you guys straight from the news. So let's check this out. They found him asleep at the wheel and they arrested him. They ain't fucking playing games. So.
SunGold Power 10 kilowatt.
Police officer on leave after getting arrested in New Britain. This just came into our newsroom about an hour ago. New Britain police say they arrested Brendan Lighton for driving under the influence and interfering with an officer. It happened after they found him asleep in a car at a traffic light on East Main.
Hey, Mick, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Mick's coming in with the 20 spot, 1999. I really appreciate that. You guys have no idea. It helps out a lot. Every single dollar helps the cause a lot. Like, I enjoy putting these shows on for you guys. Jay, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. I really do. I enjoy making content for you guys. This is all I do. This is my full-time job. So every dollar, it means a lot. Appreciate you. Keep the shows coming. It makes the workday go by better. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Virginia Chaos, what's going on? Craig, how are you? So can you imagine you pull up to a light and you see a cop passed out at the wheel? Like, what the fuck?
Now, a Hartford police officer on leave after getting arrested in New Britain. This just came into our newsroom about an hour ago. New Britain police say they arrested Brendan Lighton for driving under the influence and interfering with an officer. It happened after they found him asleep in a car at a traffic light on East Main Street. He will be in court later this month.
What makes you go to sleep at a traffic light? Like, what makes you go to sleep in a car at a traffic light? Come on. We all know what makes you go to sleep at a car. You're not just tired from your job, right? Has to be more to the situation. So here's a little side note. Staten Island mansion, formerly owned by Gambino Boss, has been taken off the market. The once notorious mansion and local landmark on Tot Hill appears to be off the market after nearly a year. After being listed with a price tag of $18 million. Also known as the White House, is no longer listed for sale as of October 2nd. Once the home of Paul Castellano, the boss of the Gambino crime family, the residence features eight bedrooms, 13-car showroom, both indoor and outdoor Olympic-sized swimming pools, custom pergola adorned with Italian fountains. The neoclassical mansion spans an impressive 33,000 square feet across 4 levels, and the main house offers commercial-grade designer kitchen along with vast balcony and seamlessly connects the indoors to the outdoors. According to public records, the address has a total of 3 owners, vastly renovated since Castellano had built it in 1980. But the property's reputation as a mob house persists. The house has been in flux over the last year. After being listed for sale in October of 2023, the property's website noted a pending sale dated for June 14th, 2024. A month later, the home was up for sale again before the listing was removed in September of 2024. The house was then up for sale again in October of 2024. The mansion was featured on HGTV show Zillow Gone Wild. The address is got about 15 minutes on July 25th in an episode of Where's the Trolls Live, whatever show that is. The show's now streaming on HBO Max and Discovery. Castellano's former house, which encompasses 33,000 square feet of living space and is spread on 2.3 acres of land. Last sold in August 2000 for $3 million. Now it's up for $18 million. Wow, inflation went up quite a bit, huh? Oh no, we'll just take $15 million on top of what it's worth. Get the fuck out of here. Are they crazy? You know how much the taxes alone on that house gotta be? Crazy. Hey, Cal in Canada, how are you? Thank you for joining me today. Do you guys think that maybe there's money stashed in a wall or something? I mean, this guy had so much money coming in. I would have stashed money all over the house. He probably has money stashed there somewhere. I mean, you never know, right? Anyway, let's get to the topic at hand. Today, we're talking about this video that I posted onto YouTube, Facebook, about the Hells Angel says he's going to the precinct because the reporter is harassing him. I want to know what your opinion is. Yes, the reporter was a little pushy, maybe trying to ask questions and things. That's what they do, right? And I got a video for you guys from Mob Facts. Shout out to Mob Facts around the same time because I wanted to try to see if I could get the rest of this video because it was a short clip. So let's take a look at what all these people are talking about, and then we're going to look at some of the comments that people wrote. It's pretty crazy. Like, they don't have 2 ears. They can't hear what these people are saying.
Hello. Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
He said, please respect our privacy. I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because we are being harassed. That's exactly what he said. Now, people seem to think he said something else. And let me say this. Shout out to all the Hells Angels out there. I got absolutely no problem with any of them. This is a lot of people that are even in that club probably aren't even around from this time, you know. But I do got an interview with someone who was around at this time. So go check it out. Go check out Billy's interview. It's out right now. There's another one dropping tonight at 10 o'clock. If you want to see the full interview, join the membership or go to Patreon.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
Who's
we don't want to be.
harassing
This has been harassment. You
This
pull our
isn't-
door.
She said, who's harassing you? He said, you're harassing us. You're banging on our door. Kel says he's an officer. He knows what to say. In the U.S., grandparents moved from Ireland, a city called Galloway. I've seen that, but I doubt it. You doubt what?
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
Who's
we don't want to be.
harassing?
This has been harassment. You
This
pull our
isn't-
door.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
Who's
we don't want to be.
harassing?
This has been harassment. You
This
pull our
isn't-
door.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct.
I mean, that's something that 1%ers don't do, is go to the police. But that's exactly what he said. Ha, HA going to the cops. No way. That's exactly what he said. So some of the comments, we're going to read some of the comments. I hate the damn media, one person says. Here, let me show you guys the comments. So it's not me just reading them. All right, so you guys can see that, right? Everyone can see that? Can see it good? Or do you want me to make it bigger? Here, I'll make it a little bigger. So the top one, I hate the media. Straight to the precinct, someone says. Another commenter, Jesse here, says their lawyer probably instructed them. No, I don't think their lawyer would tell them to go say that. No. These are members of the press. He can't just knock their teeth in front of the clubhouse. Can't just knock their teeth in front of the clubhouse. He is probably just bluffing about the cops. So anyway, so they will leave. What do you guys think? Is he bluffing about the cops so they'll leave? That's what Frank here seems to think. Hillbilly said she's looking for the 81 train. Roger here says you don't realize the cameras everywhere. Privacy behind that door. Got that right. Stuart here says I don't respect cop calling 1%ers. Bono before you too. He does kind of look like Bono. He says he's going to the police. Did he say he's going to the police? Don says. Straight to the cops. Wow. Going to the police department? What the fuck? Going to the 9th precinct? What the fuck? Who may be harassing this angel? A little old lady. Hell's Angels rule number 1. Never involve the police. Going to the police. This is so old, and probably their lawyers told them get a restraining order on these reporters since they were literally standing outside the door all day. The sidewalks, New York City, they could stand outside there all day. Did I just hear 1%er say he's going to the cops to rat? Oh my God, leave them alone, Roberta says. Staxx, this is old. It's at the clubhouse in NYC. They sold it a few years ago, if I remember correctly. The lawyers told them to do and say this knowing they were being filmed. Yeah, I doubt the lawyers told them to say that. I highly doubt the lawyers told them to say that. Yeah, they probably were bluffing, but I mean, to go outside and say that with knowing there's a camera there, that's crazy. They knew they were being filmed. Nah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think their lawyer told them to say that?
Oh, hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct. Lawyers told him to say that. I thought 1%ers didn't go to the pigs. Handle your business, son. Yeah, he can't do anything. It's a reporter. But to tell her I'm going to the precinct, I don't know. It's a little iffy. I was just chilling with this chapter. We met up with them in Missouri and rode all the way to South Dakota. Much love and respect, Spider. Shout out to Ride 2012. That's not his voice of a Hell's Angel. Would never say that. That's a recorded voice, someone said. Like, people are crazy. That's not his voice. That's a recorded voice. What? Heck yeah, respect. Is that loose cannon? Sylvester's talent wants privacy, you dig? A patched HA member going to the police. They don't speak to police under any circumstances. I think it was them to make a quote. I think it was them that made the quote, snitches get stitches, famous. Wasn't it? My favorite is still 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. True today as it was 40 years ago. You're damn right it is. Never involve the cops, Richard says. Hey, no going to the cops. He said, please. They got off easy. This was the 90s. Not that that will make much jokers in the comments who weren't around then. Listen, they were a severe, a widely respected group of guys back then and today. I mean, I don't take anything from them, you know. But here and there, you got situations that happen. That's Frank. He said, please respect our privacy and go. He said, listen to this now. He said, please respect our privacy and go to the 9th precinct. Now, I'm going to the 9th precinct. No angel would go to any police department willingly, that is. So this person is saying that he said, please respect our privacy and go to the 9th precinct. That's what this person says. So now we're going to go back and we're going to listen to what he really says.
Hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now.
He said, I'm going right now to the 9th precinct. He didn't say you go to the 9th precinct.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
Who's
we don't want to
harassing
be. This is been harassment. You
This
pull our
isn't-
door.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
I mean, I can understand their frustration, you know, maybe AI, maybe Staxx. No. Listen, this was in the 90s. This is exactly what you're hearing. I think they got frustrated with voiceover. His mouth is... Oh, come on. This is from the 90s.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
His mouth definitely matches.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
Who's
we don't want to be.
harassing
This has been harassment. You
This
pull our
isn't-
door.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Please respect our privacy.
Okay.
I'm going right now to the 9th precinct because right now we're being harassed.
Listen, it's not AI. Definitely not AI. That's him saying that they're going to the 9th precinct. 100%. Listen, I don't take anything away from them because of this situation. This was fucking 30 years ago. And they probably got frustrated with the reporters sitting outside their door, poking the camera in. People with the cameras can be real jerks. I thought they never talked to law. Hilarious. Outlaw motorcycle gang do not cooperate with police. Does the mother chapter know he wears a diamond? This was 30, 40 years ago. You're going to the cops? Oh no, going to the 9th precinct. These ain't the Angels and Hell's Angels Forever movie. Sandy Alexander, Big Vinny be rolling in their graves, they said. So I'm going to show you guys a video from around the same time. This is probably the same people that were filming this. So we're going to take a look at this. Go check out Mob Facts. He's got some great content. Now, this is the Hells Angels Clubhouse in New York City. And if you guys have not seen the interview I did with Billy, who was a member in New York City, he talks all about this place. So they just showed the apartments, right? He had an apartment on the 5th floor. He got into something. Go watch the interview to find out. They burned his tattoos off his back with an iron up there in the 5th floor, right up there. Right there on the left. Burned his death head off with an iron. Right in one of those windows right there on the 5th floor. Crazy, right? Go watch the interview and you'll see exactly what happened. See, the Hells Angels used to have a death head with the mouth open. And then they changed it to the closed mouth with the stitches across it. Yeah, go watch the interview. It's pretty wild. Part 2 is up on Facebook. You can watch it right now. If you want to watch the full episode, go to Patreon. If you want to see, I think up to part 8 is on members on YouTube. But we got another episode dropping tonight. Let me tell you exactly when and which one is dropping. Tonight at 10 o'clock, part 5 is dropping. So you could see 1 through 4 right now on YouTube. Or you could see part 1 and 2 on Facebook. Part 5 will be dropping on YouTube. If you want to see the whole thing, go to Patreon or join the membership on YouTube and you can watch almost all of it. The rest will be up today. So go check it out. It's a really good interview. And it turned out to be a good interview. Had doubts at first. Yeah, it gets really good, man. It's the first person that comes out and says that he did something wrong. He was kicked out of the club. He has no animosity towards the club. He knows he did something wrong. And he lives with regret every day. Thank you. Definitely, Mountain Woman. I've been putting a lot of work into this content so you guys can enjoy it. It's definitely worth it. I believe it's worth it. One of these guys might be this dude. I got some new pictures of New York City Charter when he was there. So let's check and see if some of these guys are in this picture.
Okay. Yeah, I come.
Hello.
Gerald?
How are you? I'm Ben.
Ben, be to the side. Yeah. I have a
How long have you lived here?
2 years.
3 years?
Nice to meet you.
What kind of neighbors are these guys?
They pretty much keep to themselves, you know. They don't like people to park in their spots, but once you're out of their space, it's fine. Keep the neighborhood pretty quiet as well.
How?
If there's ever trouble in the neighborhood, they usually push them off to the end of the block.
What's the noise like? You have a lot. Do they party all the time? I mean, what?
No, they don't. The only noise is from the motorbikes, and it's no more noisy than any other block than anywhere else. And I've lived in New York, it's been just as noisy for other reasons. You know.
What kind of parties do they have outside in front? Do you ever see any gatherings in front? Anything like that?
Not in the last few years. About 3 years ago, they had a big July 4th party. That's the last one I've seen. A major thing going on here.
The police are trying to take the building away, saying that they're...
If you want to see the whole video at once, go to Patreon. It's on Patreon. The whole video will be out soon in about 4 days. So if you want to wait, you can wait. But if you want to watch it now, go to Patreon.
Making drugs.
Paula, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today.
Inside or selling drugs. Have you ever seen any evidence of that?
You see how the media is trying to be like, oh, you see any drug dealing over there? You see any evidence of that? Like, come on. Like, that's what they're coming there with? To ask questions about that?
No, I've never seen anything like that. They don't have a presence like that on the street that I'm aware of.
See, the media's trying to paint the picture like these guys are out there selling drugs on the street. They're not.
And you don't see people coming and going that look like they're buying from them or anything like that. And I think they have a right to be here as well. They've been here for many years, and you know, they have their own little culture going, and I don't think they should be oppressed for that. And there's definitely no presence of any illegal going-ons that I can see anyway. So if the police are just being heavy with them, then they're being heavy in a biased manner unless they have evidence there and they'll know of. You know.
Okay, great. Thank you. ABC, World News Tonight, Peter Jennings. What's the story with all this? I'm
an artist from Ireland.
Ireland? Yeah. What do you think? Do you know that band that I'm talking about? Rage Against the Machine? It's like a sort of...
We have to speak. But this block is one of the safest blocks that you can imagine. There are little scrimmages here and there, but as far as having any kind of violence, whatever, that they're looking...
Simply like this truck there.
Hey, Jimmy, what's going on? Thank you for joining me today. Appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this show.
It's minimal in comparison to other sections of the city. When somebody goes through the street at night, they go through with any kind of a noise.
You ever see any evidence of any drug sales, anything like that going on?
No. As a matter of fact, some of them have children, and when these buildings, before they got renovated, there was a high stoop, and anytime they saw somebody who looks to fit, they gave them the heave-ho.
Why do you think the city's cracking down? Why do you think the city wants to?
Well,
they say they're selling drugs.
Who?
Police say they're selling drugs out there.
So why don't they lock them up if they say so? So where's the evidence? In other words, for example, you could call me a screwball because I'm telling you what I'm telling you, which is factual. Right. What they can call me a screwball. Who's to say who's a screwball? And who's to say unless you got the evidence solid in your hand that to say I'm this or I'm that.
What about noise? What about parties?
Well, you want to talk about noise too? Well, we'll start bringing up the so-called minority neighborhoods.
Hey, Spiders Club, what's going on?
These guys. What about these guys? So these guys are party. You hear noises from their parties. They bring the parties out onto the block.
No. The only thing is, well, like anything else, they got their motorcycles. Occasionally, they go through the streets. But this is a free country. What do you suppose? In other words, what the people say, I want freedom for me, not for you. It's not going to work that way.
Okay, so you have no complaints about them.
As far as I'm concerned, they're more of an asset than a hindrance. Because if you need any kind of assistance, whatever it is, if they're in a position to help, then we'll turn you down.
What kind of assistance? What might you ask them for? You ever ask them for help for anything?
Yes. Perhaps it's not the same group. They come and go. I always had to take down a sleeper pull-out bed, and it was a little heavy. So the two fellas came down and they.
All right, so here's a picture of Billy when he was in the Providence, Rhode Island charter when it just came into play. That's him on the top right, all the way to the right with the crazy hair. This was a long time ago. That's Billy over there on the top right. Sporting the The big old perm. Here's some more members. George Christie and Brandon. Here's Bert. Brandon. These are New York City members. I think this is before his time, though.
You pulled it out, that was the end of it. As far as the drugs are concerned, why doesn't the city of New York, I am the only guy alive today, since you put me on there. I'm the only guy alive today. My name is Jaime Rosales. I was involved with San Francisco, who was the alderman at the time, 6 years ago now. Yeah, we gave America public housing. Now, they're concerned so much with drugs, but these folks, why don't they go down to public housings and catch those son of a bitches? Right. And why should hoodlums live in city projects? It was not made for that. Over 1950, any kind of conviction of criminal.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
But this is your liberal.
Yeah, that's good.
You're like, okay, thank you.
ABC.
Rudy.
I mean, they are following them all around and shit. Just let them be. Like, what's the problem? Why do they need to follow them everywhere and try to get pictures? These people don't want to be bothered back then. It's a different world now. Everybody has a camera in their phone. Everyone has a camera in their pocket. It's just a different world. Like, look at this guy's following him around.
He might talk.
Hey, I'm part of the media, Mountain Woman. I just cover it a different way. I would never do what this guy's doing to them.
Any small statement?
Anything you want to say about the drug?
Not the academy.
All right, well, good. Steve, what kind of neighbors are these guys?
I think they're
I know. I don't know why they even came out there to even talk to her. Or I don't know what the reason was. I don't know what was going on before and after. That's why I was trying to get the video from before and after that whole situation even took place to see what the hell was going on.
neighbors. You know, I was like safest block that I know about in New York City. You come here in the summertime, everybody's out all over the street, sitting on the stoops. You know, it's like it was years ago. You know, I know my neighbors. I know people down the block. I know people across the street. You know, you say hello. It's nice.
Right. How about at night? What's the situation like at night out in front?
Well, pretty much as it is in daytime. Like I come by, you know, we're closed at night usually, but you know, we come by, you know, do things in the evening, Dee or myself, and it's the same as it is as you see it is outside. It's pretty much that quiet year round. You know, occasionally the loudest thing you hear is a Harley Davidson. It's kind of good sound.
You never any parties going on out in front? I mean, there's been some complaints of excessive noise.
I think that was like, what, about 9 years ago, 10 years ago, something like that, and there really hasn't been anything.
Yeah, the media definitely tries to vilify members of the Hells Angels or any motorcycle club. They really put it on thick, you know?
Sense that I know of, you know.
The government, the police saying that there may be some drug trafficking going on from that building.
Well, I tell you, I haven't heard or seen anything like that. You know, it's like the government likes to do a lot of strange things. My experience, you know, it's like if you read any of the newspapers thoroughly and you listen to news, you know, you realize that a lot of news is just advertising or promotions for what the government wants to say and doesn't want to say. And, you know, the government right now is doing a piss poor job of being a government. And the Angels, just like anybody else, they're just misdirection of their faux pas in their life. I think it's just misdirection, the old sleight of hand game done on a grand scale.
Why do you think they're trying to take them? Why do you think they've had that building for over 20 years? Why do you think they're trying to take it away now?
Just creating an enemy for the public to hate. You know, they're trying to do that. You know, it's like if I believed everything that I've heard or, you know, read about, they're like dime novels. In the 1800s, you had dime novels, and they kind of get carried away with the exploits of. Well, it's the same thing here. These guys, though, as far as I know, they like to get on their bikes and they like to ride their bikes and they like to have
70s. The 70s, Jimmy.
Their own way of doing things. And none of it is illegal and none of it is...
Or this might have been around the time when Operation Rough Rider happened. It could be the 80s. It could be around that time.
I don't know, hard to take. You know?
Have you ever seen any fights, anything like that? Any bullying?
Never. You know, I know people, like, if they say, if people want to take pictures or go too close to the bikes, they say, hey, get away from the bikes. And that's about as far as it goes. And I guess the reputation being what it is, that's enough. I mean, you don't need to do all that. You know?
And you think that you mentioned
it's harassment. I mean, it's obvious harassment. I mean, if you read the article in the Times, what they're trying to take the building is for something that allegedly happened like 9 years ago. I mean that's reaching. You're really reaching then, you know.
You said that they are a good presence in the neighborhood, but do you feel that they enforce? Do you feel that they're sort of enforcers, and that the peace on the block is a reflection of their presence?
They don't go about doing anything to the block. They don't say, hey, you get off the block, or hey, this. It just doesn't happen. You know, it's just. You know, it's just one of those great phenomena. You know, Hell's Angels on the block and no crime is on the block. You know,
so it's pretty wild that that they even have to have this discussion on video. Because like you said, the media vilifies these clubs. They try to portray them all as criminals. And I'm going to have an ex-FBI agent on, or DEA, and he thinks that all club members are criminals. So we're going to have a debate. Matter of fact, I got to reach out to him. But I got another video for you guys. If you guys don't know, there was a big bust with the Mexican mafia in California. And you know the big crackdown that Trump is having on the cartel? Well, the cartel has issued a warning to the U.S. that if any Americans are in their cities, they're going to target them. It's not looking good over there. But let's take a look at this video of the Mexican mafia bust. So 13 Mexican mafia affiliates were arrested in a gang crackdown, the FBI says. Federal officials are crowning after 13 alleged members of a street gang in Los Angeles Harbor were arrested. It's one of the most active and violent gangs in the area, the FBI said. Rancho San Pedro. Alki Davis, assistant director of the FBI Los Angeles office, said the operation targeted RSPs, upper echelon. Charges involve drugs, guns, and racketeering. Today's actions will cause significant setback for the Rancho San Pedros and their Mexican mafia overlords, and led to safer streets in San Pedro residents. Of the 13 people arrested Tuesday, 8 were charged federally and 5 locally by Los Angeles District Attorney's Office. The arrest proved the power of partnership and the district attorney. When law enforcement alleged agencies collaborate, we are able to take violent offenders and illegal weapons off the streets. These arrests demonstrate our commitment to restoring safety in the community and trust in every way, especially those who have suffered from gang violence. Working with our federal and local partners, we have sent unequivocally clear warning to the violent street gangs. The chance of getting caught and going to prison are dire. Their actions have gone up. Continue at your own parcel, whatever the hell that means. Basically at your own risk. But anyway, here's a news article about it.
Significant street gang shakedown. Federal authorities rounded up 13 gang members or associates in a series of raids targeting one of the most violent, dominant street gangs in San Pedro.
Officials say the gang has ties to the Mexican mafia. KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos joins us live with details on the operation.
Did you see that?
Annie Rose.
One of those, do you see the pictures in the back? Look, one of them said the grandma. Or no, Anthony Granda. I thought it said the grandma.
Gang shakedown. Federal authorities rounded up 13 gang members
Ryan,
or
what's good,
associates
man?
in a series of raids targeting one of the most violent, dominant street gangs in San Pedro.
I agree with you, Ryan. I mean, bikers are the coolest people. They're not like how the media portrays them to be. They're definitely not that. They are the nicest people. I talk to bikers every single day. Just interviewed a bunch of them yesterday. Great guys. This guy prospected for the Outlaws. He's a motorcycle minister. I interviewed Cliff from the Red Rum Motorcycle Club. Like I speak to these guys every day, and they're all great people.
Officials say the gang has ties to the Mexican mafia. KTLA's Annie Rose Ramos joins us live with details on the operation. Annie Rose.
Share, Micah, they took 7 of the 13 people arrested right here to federal court this afternoon. And inside that courtroom, I spoke to some of the families who tell me their relatives have no gang affiliation whatsoever. I was sitting next to a mom who says that she was woken up in the middle of the night to the FBI at her door early this morning to arrest her son, who now faces a whole slew of charges that both her and her son just learned about here at court. Everyone inside, put your hands up. Early morning raids throughout San Pedro Tuesday. Authorities arresting 13 alleged members of a street gang.
Of course they're going to say they didn't do it. No one did it when they get caught. Listen, when I went to prison, I didn't do it. I remember Geraldo Rivera almost got his ass kicked in the 70s for filming. Yes, I do have that video. I think it's on Patreon. Go check it out.
One of the most violent street gangs has been put out, in large part, out of business.
He was a lot of FBI around my house, but my son wasn't home. He wasn't in my house. So I said, my son is not here.
Margarita says FBI broke through a window early this morning looking for her son, Jose Vicente Castro.
So they searched the house, and they say they find him behind the house.
Who was arrested and charged. He's named the complaint, referred to as Rojo.
Did you know anything about? He's not going to tell his mother the criminal activity he's doing, right?
This gang affiliation? They don't say nothing. They just say we.
See, like this is a gang. They signed up to be in a gang. That's what gang members do. It's a criminal organization. These motorcycle clubs are not that. Somewhere they got their lines crossed.
These are the faces of those arrested. Officials say they're responsible for running both the Rancho San Pedro gang and the Mexican Mafia.
These are in part the leadership of both MA, the Mexican Mafia, and the RSP, the Rancho San Pedro gang.
RSP operates under the control of Mexican Mafia, members incarcerated in California state prisons.
Yeah, I have that one. It's up on Patreon. Go check it out.
And RSP pays the Mexican Mafia taxes in return for their protection.
These men and women now facing multiple charges, including conspiracy to distribute drugs at the direction of the gang, also known as RICO charges.
Murder, extortion, drug trafficking, firearms trafficking.
Unlawful and illicit drugs like fentanyl and heroin and other drugs.
Rancho San Pedro gang originated in the 1970s, claiming San Pedro as its territory. It is divided into 6 cliques, including 2 female ones.
The Rancho San Pedro enterprise is a multi-generational gang with a current estimated membership of approximately 500 individuals.
Police in the harbor area issuing a firm warning to those looking to fill the gap made by today's arrests.
As much preparation and resources as we put into this takedown, we have also put into ensuring that the gap does not get filled.
This investigation took years, with multiple agencies.
They can't stop it. Like, they think they're going to stop it, put a hole here, a hole here. They're going to take people out of the community, but other people are right there to fill that void. I don't care how many people you take out, there's going to be people to replace them.
Working together, including the LAPD, the FBI, and Homeland Security.
Just can't arrest them all. There's too many. You just can't arrest them all and think it's going to happen. Because their enemies will take over that spot. And then they arrest them, someone else will take over it. There's too many of them.
That the people of California want to and deserve to see their local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies and entities working together. That's what they're seeing.
But they won't take illegals out of the community that are committing crimes. They'll let them stay, right?
On full display here today.
Now, Cher, if convicted, most of these defendants are facing a maximum sentence.
So George and Cisco went on the show back in the day, and they were with Mark Wallace, I think, though. They weren't with it wasn't Geraldo. I think it was what's the name, Wallace. And they were asking Cisco about drug dealing and shit. Put him on the spot. And I just seen a thing. Cisco was really pissed at George Christie for even putting him up there and having them ask him questions like that. And they're like, well, what about this? What about that? And he was like, He was pissed.
Of life in prison. Reporting live, I'll send it back to you guys.
Damn, they're facing life in prison. So I got one more video to show you guys. MCs are not a gang, not even close. Big difference. 100%. It's night and day, man. They're not even on the same playing field. I don't know where they even come up with that analogy. They're nothing like street gangs. When I was younger, I signed up to be in a street gang. That was like signing up to cause problems, to cause crime, commit crime. These guys sign up to be in a motorcycle club. They're not paying dues to the boss and committing crimes and the money gets flown up. That doesn't happen. That's what happens in a gang. That's not what happens in a motorcycle club. So they say lane splitting in California is legal, right? Here's a group of Hells Angels. Spiders Club might be in this group right here. But they say you could split lanes, but at safe speeds, meaning not over like 10 miles an hour. You can't be on the highway splitting lanes in between cars. You can only do it at like 5 miles an hour or something like that. If you read the law, that's the law. People are taking it way outside the law. Doing this on the highway is not legal. 100% illegal to do it at that speed. So watch this. You might learn something from this video. A few moments later. Bike down. From splitting lanes. You can't split lanes like that. It's dangerous. It is totally illegal to split lanes the way these guys are doing it. So these are Hells Angels that one of them took a wreck. You see him sitting on the ground. He probably got clipped by a car. Probably that Prius right there. But look, you could see his cut right there. He could barely even stand. But be careful if you're out there riding. Be aware of your surroundings. I appreciate all you guys taking the time to watch this show. If you like this show, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Tell your mother's, brother's, sister's friend about Chatting with Staxx, the dopest motorcycle content on YouTube. If you want to donate to the show, hit up the Cash App at Chatting with Staxx. And I appreciate every single dollar. If you want to tell your story on Chatting with Staxx, hit up my email at billstaxx2021@gmail.com. I got a lot of interviews in the works. Check out some of these shout outs.
I'm Kevin Haygood, Los Cristianos Motorcycle Ministry, East Texas, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
This is Cliff Matias. I'm the international president of Red Run Motorcycle Club, and I'm here chatting with Staxx.
I'm Thomas Goofy Vestergaard, and I'm chatting with Staxx.
Hey, I'm Matty Boy. I'm over here chatting with the man Staxx. It's an honor to be on a platform that's got integrity like this man does, man. I'm happy he reached out, and I'm glad I'm here chatting with the man.
Good. This is Staxx, and I'm chatting with Staxx. Pee-wee. Stay tuned.
Chatting with Staxx. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you for joining me. Go check out Billy's interview. I think part 5 will be out tonight, 10 o'clock. Thank you guys for joining me. I got a lot of great content in the works for you. I hope you guys like it. Go check out Patreon. There's a lot of great content over there. You guys will not be disappointed if you go check it out. I'll drop the link in the description. The link is in the description. And I'll put the link in the chat real quick. Go check out Patreon. It's only a couple dollars. But thank you guys. I hope you have a great day. Happy Wednesday. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great day. And remember, don't be a bitch. Peace.
And all new at 5, a major organized crime bust. 23 people under arrest now, accused of stealing guns and cash.
Today, police revealed 4 organized crime groups are wreaking havoc.
From aggravated robbery to kidnapping, burglary, and more. Let's take a look at this. New pictures from court documents in this case. These are a few of the people who have been charged. And investigators say the money, tens of thousands of dollars, is all stolen.